Hey everybody, we are here with spending a little time in my reading journal. So I just finished on April 25th. Let me go ahead and get that ready so I don't forget it. I just finished the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And let me just preface, I added some color to our page. I used some Distress Oxide inks. Well, that's dead. Okay, get it together, show. I just finished the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Creative Living Beyond Fear. Now, this book is my ultimate all-time favorite book in the whole universe. This is my second time reading it, maybe. But I don't reread books, so that tells you a little bit. So there you have it. Elizabeth Gilbert is by far my favorite author. She's just fabulous. If you guys don't know her, this is her way back when, but she wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And she's written 10 or 12 books. Big Magic is by far my favorite. So I just finished reading it again, and I still love it. And yeah, so we're gonna do a spread on it. Now, I went ahead and painted the background of this because I wanted color. I wanted lots of color, so we have that going on. Distress Oxide, sprayed it down with water, let it do its thing, and I think it goes very well. So this is the cover of the book, Big Magic, again by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is her in all her big magic glory. Although if you looked her up now and today, she her head is shaved, which there's a fabulous little story behind it. But anyways, she's my favorite. She's my favorite. I love everything about her. This book means so much to me. The first time I read it was back, well, let's see, it came out in 2015. I think I read it in 2017. It just was so good. And if you've followed any of my reading journal spreads so far, it's really hard for me to tell you about a book. It's really hard for me to tell you about this book. Basically, it's all about creative living, and whether you're an artist, a writer, musician, it's all about creative living. So if you are that type of person, I highly recommend it. If you are not that type of person, I highly recommend it. So Big Magic, here's a little definition of it. The divine relationship between a human being and the mysteries of inspiration. That's a little bit of a quote. And here's one of the other quotes in the book. One of the oldest and most generous tricks that the universe plays on human beings is to bury strange jewels within us all, and then stand back to see if we can ever find them. Like creative jewels of creativity, jewels of creativity. So yeah, that's kind of like one of the big things is the jewels. And so I've pulled out some jewel stickers, and we might kind of work with them. Here's another Elizabeth Gilbert quote. If you're alive, you're a creative person. So there you have it. So I pulled out, initially, I thought, I've got this sticker sheet from my friend Mary Ellen, and it's got a little artist girl on it, and little paints and paintbrushes, and all these artsy things. And it's been on my inspiration board since she sent it to me sometime last year, or maybe even the year before that, because it's so cute. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use this or not. I kind of was wanting to go with the theme of, the strange jewels and add some jeweled stickers. So, what do you think? What do you think? This little quote, I'm going to cut out in a funky shape. I'm going to follow the shape of this gold, just to give us something else besides a square to look at. And I don't have to have Elizabeth Gilbert on here, but I will tell you this. I just love her. I just love her. She's got a new book coming out in September. And I think it's about grief. But it's on my list for sure. I was trying to think. I don't think I've done a page back here. No. So, it's possible I could do a page back here to read all of her books. I've read a couple of her books, but Big Magic is by far my favorite, so. I don't want to just put a whole bunch of squares. Again, I don't have to put her on there, but I just love her. Now, some of these are very big. So I gotta decide if I want to use these gems or stones or whatever, or I want to incorporate this lovely little girl and all her doings. I could easily do this. She can be sitting on that definition. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Don't have to use all these. I do like this quote because it kind of goes with, what we're talking about here. And I think I'm going to trim these stickers down, so. Let's start by trimming these stickers down a little bit. Maybe that will help me make this come together. So, I just don't know what to say about this book other than, again, it's my all-time, ultimate favorite book. I fell in love with it when I read it back in 2017, and I have said since then, that's my favorite book by far. And I still, to this day, even rereading it this last month, it's like, yep, still my favorite. Still my favorite. And so she does different speaking engagements and all that around the States. She's got a book tour coming up in the fall for her upcoming book. She did a 3-day weekend, a little camp weekend in October of last year in Georgia, and I went, and it was 3 days. It was the Big Magic camp. It was at a scout camp, and we stayed in like the little cabins, and it was around a lake, and we did these different creative exercises, and it was fabulous. And I have, since that, being around her and just her wonderful spirit, I've said, anytime I could go see her, I would. Big Magic is one of those books that I love to give as a gift. I have 2 copies of it. One of them is signed. And anytime I see it at a thrift store or bookstore, a discount bookstore or whatever, I grab it. Because I like to give it as a gift for anybody that talks about creativity or is an artist or whatever. I recently gave my boss a copy for her retirement, and I told her to go live a creative life. Go be retired and live a creative life. So that was cool. I think I like this. And I don't know, I guess we won't use any of this because I like going with the jewels. I like the thought of that. More so than the cartoon artsy girl. So with that, we shall start gluing down. And I assume that my regular glue stick will glue to this. Again, I kind of wanted some background going on, and of the color. So I did some little prep work. Okay. So I don't rate books, but I give this a 110 out of 5. Again, it's my favorite book. It just really is. Highly recommend it. And I listened to the audiobook of it, and she narrates it, which I love it when the author narrates their audiobooks. It just, because they wrote the story, so they know how it's supposed to be said, is kind of the way. They know the dialect, the inflection, and all that good stuff, because they wrote it. Okay. Oh, this is going to be cool. Okay, let's... You can probably hear my dishwasher rattling in the background. I wasn't even thinking about that when I started this video. Oh, lovely Liz. I follow her Substack, so I get weekly emails from her. She does a thing called Letters of Love or Letters from Love. I don't know what she considers it. I haven't. She's talked about it. I haven't dove into it yet. Basically, you're right. It's about journaling and writing to yourself from a place of love. That's my next dive in with her is going to be really diving into this love letters, basically. That's what her Substack is, her email is, and her Substack community is about the love letters, basically. We're going to scoot her over and kind of have her frame Big Magic instead of... That opens it up for another, but I don't want... another one of those. Guess I could do another one of those. Let's trim this up and see. I think that'll go. Okay, there you have it. Like I said, I read that one on April 25th. I read it for the month of April because my feminine archetype for April is the creator. And so I knew, one, I wanted to reread that book, and two, that would be the perfect for creative. Is to read about creativity. So there you have it. And this I will just stick on my bulletin board or something. Yeah, I think I like that. So with that, be sure and check out this book if you're even the slightest, if you're a creative and you're kind of stuck, this is a good book. If you're not a creator, this is a good book. If you're a creative and you just like to read about creativity and creative living, check this book out. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And so, while we're here, I only read 2 books in April. It's coming up on the end of the month. I'm in the middle of another book that she recommended by Martha Beck called Beyond Anxiety. I'm not going to finish it in the next 3 days. I'm almost positive. It's a pretty big book, and I just started on it. So we're going to go with April. My favorite book for April out of Big Magic or A Wolf Called Romeo is going to have to be Big Magic. It's just going to have to be. It's just going to have to be. So there you have it. My upside down bracket. So, here's my archetype study, my books that I wanted to read, that I had planned to read. Not doing so hot on that, but we're working with it. We are working with it. April was a very busy month for me, so yeah, I didn't do a lot of anything, much less reading, so I did a whole lot of everything, seemed. I really am loving this. I really am glad that I decided to do this, and I really do thank my friend Jen for suggesting it, because it's a very visual way to remember what I've read and what it was about and things like that. So definitely very cool. Anyways, that's all I've got for tonight. Thanks for joining me as I play around in my reading journal. Again, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. She is the author of Eat, Pray, Love. I've read that one too. I've seen the movie. Both are, great. But this one really speaks to me. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.